going to be talking about what lenders are looking for. So when you are submitting an application for your first home, and this is something I go through with my clients, what are the key items that can flag on the lender's behalf and can make an easy or a difficult application to be processed and be approved. So number one, looking at genuine savings. Most lenders will require 5% genuine savings, and what we mean by that is evidence that the borrowers have saved 5% of the property price. There are lenders that will allow non-genuine savings, and by that I mean that if you don't have the 5% deposit, you can evidence that other means by showing the lender that you've been renting for the last 12 months or that you've got other forms of funding. Looking at existing debt, I know I mentioned earlier about putting together a plan to reduce your current non-deductible debt, but when you go to put together an application and submit it, if you have current debts outstanding, for example, a personal loan or a credit card limit, they'll look at the limit, or a car loan, they will actually, in your serviceability, they will service that as your actual payments, and then they'll increase the buffer. So what that means as a borrower, every time that you have an existing debt and you go to make the application, it's going to reduce your ability to borrow or your maximum capacity to borrow funds. So looking at employment type, most lenders there's lenders out there will accept a minimum of 3 months in a role. That's a full-time role, and that will also be ignored if you can show that you've been in that same industry for 2 years. So you might be switching from a company to another company. It's a similar role in a similar industry. You're just working for a different company. That will be discounted. So we can show them and say to the bank, here's our history of employment in that one area, and that will be accepted. Other things that just to note that they'll be looking out for is they do accept casual work, contract work, if you have a second job, and also shift allowances are accepted. So I know that there's multiple contract types that people might be on, so banks will accept those. And then for looking at acceptable income, so obviously you've got your regular employment income, but other types of income that is accepted is overtime, bonuses if you receive, it might be a quarterly bonus, which you'd have to, in that case, you'd have to show a history that you've been receiving that bonus so they could accept it. Commission, similar to the bonus, maternity leave, and then any sort of other payments that you might be receiving, say Centrelink. And on top of that, there's also your rental income, interest income, and dividends. So that will also be accepted as a percentage. Some of those are not accepted at 100%.